Sri Lanka, island state in the Indian Ocean. The old name Ceylon reflects an eventful Portuguese, Dutch and British colonial history. Tamil workers on their way to the tea fields. The tea plantations of the Central Highlands are still the backbone of the economy. More than half of this fertile island is used for agriculture. The flora and fauna are tropical, and parts of the island are made up of rainforest. 1/4 of the 20 million inhabitants live in the few big cities, like here in Galle in the south. 2/3 of the population are Buddhists, but there are also many Muslims, Christians and Hindus. The colonial history is clearly visible. The monsoon season brings heavy rainfalls, but in between, the dry season, with only very little water, leads to problems with the water supply. Water is part of the natural environment for the Sri Lankans. They fish for their daily needs. Many people live at the coast. But the ocean has another dangerous aspect. Christmas 2004, a sea quake off the coast of Sumatra sets off the biggest tsunami of the century. The tidal wave flooded the coast, destroying everything in its path. After the flood had subsided, it left ruin.
This place where we are here is Hikkaduwa, near Galle in southern Sri Lanka, and it was very much affected by the tsunami. And when Malteser International came here early 2005, they started first immediately with drinking water provision by tankers. Malteser International hired 5 trucks with 2 cubic meter tank each. Then also they bought 5 tractors with trailers with 4.5 cubic meter tanks each to provide water to the displaced people. About 20 tanks were provided here to the local communities so that they had immediate access to drinking water again. This emergency period lasted about 6 months. You can see that still, even a couple of years after tsunami, the place has not been rebuilt because we are about 100 meters only from the sea, and is a kind of danger area that people are a little bit reluctant to rebuild their houses, so people move more inwards. And also the emergency activities, they formed a strong basis for us to have more long-term activities in the field of water and sanitation. Even now, we have activities that are started as tsunami relief, but are now moving more inland to areas or communities that also are in need of such activities, but that are provided now with rainwater harvesting tanks, sanitation facilities, that also was very much needed for them. So we have been able to provide emergency relief in the initial stage and then gradually move to more long-term development for other communities as well.
36,000 people died in the flood. Hundreds of thousands lost everything they owned. But in addition to the enormous destruction, there was another effect. The groundwater and the wells were contaminated and made salty. The school at Galandala. The play they have written themselves tells a clear story. The god of water is angry because the people do not treat the water with due care. 16-year-old Maleka manages to placate the god because she handles her water at home in a hygienic way.
මේ ගිහින් ආවම හොඳට සබන් දාලත් සෝදන්න ඕන. ඒ වගේම තමයි මේ වැසිකිළියට යන්න ඕන සෙරප්පු දෙකක් දාගෙන නැත්නම් අපිට පණු රෝග ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. කෑම කන්නට කලින් අපි හොඳට සබන් දාලා අත් හොදන්න ඕන. නැත්නම් අපි ගන්න ආහාර වලට විස බීජ ඇතුල් වෙනවනේ. ඒ වගේම තමයි සෙල්ලම් කරලා ඇවිල්ලා දූවිලි එහෙම අත්වල තියෙන නිසා හොඳට සබන් දාලා හොද ගන්න ඕන අතපය. නැත්නම් අපිට වෙන ලෙඩ රෝගات හැදෙන්න පුළුවන්.
Malaika and her mother are well aware that food must be handled hygienically if their family is to remain healthy. That's why all bowls, knives and food have to be washed with clean water. On the menu today is a salad made of cucumber, onions, tomatoes, chilies and curry.
කුස්සියට එන්න කලින් සබන් දාලා හොදන්නේ. අපි දැන් එළියේ ඉඳගෙන කරන වැඩවල විස බීජ තියෙනවනේ. ඒ හින්දා සබන් කුස්සියට එනකොට සබන් දාලා හොඳට අත් දෙක පිරිසුදු කරගෙන ඇවිල්ලා කෑම උයන්න ගන්නෙ. සබන් ගන්නේ විස බීජ මර්ධනය වෙන්න ඕනේ.
Time to light the fire.
වතුර උණු කරන්නේ වතුර වල විස බීජ තියෙනයි. වතුර වල විස බීජ තියෙනවා කියන හින්දා වතුර උණු කරනවා. උණු කර උතුරෝලා නිවෙන්න දාලා තමයි බොන්න ගන්නේ. එතකොට විස බීජ මර්ධනය.
And that's the problem. In tropical regions like Sri Lanka, bacteria and other germs multiply extremely fast. That means every time the hands touch something unclean, they have to be washed. With soap, of course, because this kills bacteria. The easiest and most common way to get water free of bacteria is to boil it.
විනාඩි 5ක් 10ක් වගේ.
This is enough to make the water free of germs.
ඇලුමිනියම්